Okay, so officially welcome to our Region 1 Spring Summer Catalog Walk. We do this every season where we go through the entire catalog so that you are familiar with the catalog now, and also your new along the way are also have a resource for going through the catalog, the product line. I'm going to share with you not the things that are inside necessarily, but some additional kisses information. And that Scentsy has shared with us, that's pulled from the product training guide, that's pulled from background knowledge. So there are lots of notes today. So if you have one of these, get these ready. And if you haven't already done so, after this call, make sure that you take your catalog and you tab it this way. So these are just my own personal tabs of what's important to me and what I wanted to tab, but you'll find this so helpful. If somebody calls and asks you something, you can quickly flip to it. And then all of your notes that you're going to find out today through the season, anytime you find out something new, you want to remember something, you can jot it down in your master catalog. So make sure you write master really big on the front and back so you don't give this away to anybody accidentally. You don't want to do that. Okay, so this is the front cover of the catalog. And because we have consultants in the collective in all three regions, I'm going to mostly speak to Region 1, show you Region 1's catalog, but I'm going to tell you some of the differences in the other two regions as well. So all three catalogs are similar in the cover, but there's some differences because this catalog has 17 Easter eggs hidden on the front. Easter eggs are little surprises, so they're like surprise nods or hints to things that are coming. So for example, that little hibiscus here, that is likely a nod to our new hibiscus pineapple. We have this cat here with the bubbles. That might be a nod to our pet line. We've got this little Orville's fedora here. That's also kind of the symbol for the men collection. So we might have something come out for Father's Day. It might be something with that. We've got a picture of the Thompson family. We've got 17 here, which is 17 years since he has been around. And actually, fun fact, there's 17 stars here, and there's 17 squiggly lines here. And then there are secrets on this entire thing of products that are coming out. There may be licensing stuff, there may be other things. So use your wildest imagination to come up with what you think some of those might be. Let's see, any of them that I can tell you that I think could happen. Ooh, one that's fun is that daisy on the bottom. We think could be a new flower design that might be coming up. So use your imagination and think about what some of those fun things could be. Okay, so in region 3 on the front cover, it's kind of fun because instead of the Tweety bird, they have up here, they have a koala up there. So it tells us that that is in fact a, hopefully that's letting them in. That is in fact a little bit of a hint. Sorry, I'm having to, it keeps popping up on my screen. I don't know if y'all can see it whenever people admit into the room. Okay, so the very first spread is very structured, similar as it has been. So we've got the table of contents right in the front, which is where you want it to be. I wanted you to write down something here that gets a lot of questions, and it's when you go in your workstation and you're looking for something, what you're going to want to do is you're going to go to click Scentsy Success. So not news, not marketing, not training. Click Scentsy Success, choose marketing or training or news, click it, right? And then apply the filters and sort from the latest. That is going to give you just about anything that you need to find on the workstation. I know that's kind of a random note, but it's something that's good to have in the front of the catalog because this is your master. Okay, the next spread is again structured very similar as it has been before. It gives you some great stats here that we've been around for 17 years. There's 42 ways to fill your life with fragrance, how much we've donated since 2010. All of these great stats, pictures of consultants throughout. This is new this season, the charitable cause warmer. Normally we have one charity that we donate to, but that has posed a problem in the past because charities are traditionally extremely hard to get work designed for warmers signed off on. So instead, we decided that we're going to spread the love and we are going to create this one beautiful warmer that we can support all at the same time. So here in region one, $9.50 from each of those, and that's up here. Each sale of those will be donated, and that money will be divvied out with all of these organizations that you see below. So all of these great organizations that we've worked with before. Now in region two, that is going to a whole different list of organizations, but it's still the same warmer. In region three, it's a completely different warmer. It's the poppy warmer, the Lest We Forget, and that is going to two different organizations, Legacy in Australia and RSA in New Zealand, both for veterans. And the last note here is this is actually an indigo blue. It kind of looks like it could be purple, but it's indigo blue, and this is a textured background. All right. And this cannot be purchased. You might highlight this with Hostess Rewards, Perpetual Rewards, or Bundle and Save. Okay, next is our With Box and Scentsy Club page. So this has all the information that you need in a nutshell. So if you aren't sure about what these programs are, read these 2 pages and basically it gives you a whole snapshot for you and your customers. A couple things to note here that's new. Oops. Is right here, it shows you that if you send a with box to someone without other stuff, it might come with the label on it. Nothing is wrong. It's not going to come in another box because that's wasteful. So if it comes like this, that's okay. That's kind of what it's meant to do. And that helps us keep the cost down as well. It says it here, but I want you to highlight and make a note, like a star right here, that they can get this Whiff Box for 50% off in club. And I have some pretty cool stats to share with you here. So right now we're super close to 100,000 subscriptions for Scentsy Club. 45% of those people have a Whiff Box in their club. Almost half of everybody in club has a Whiff Box, and most of those people are monthly. So if you want more club subscribers, if you want more people to be monthly subscribers versus every 2 or 3 months, get them the Whiff Box, because once they spend $60, and you can see that right here, $60, of course, that's US. Once they spend $60, they can get a half off product, including the Whiff Box. And of course, you can't get the Whiff Box half off any other way. Okay, I also want to make a quick note here. The things that you can put in your Scentsy Club is anything that's consumable. So wax, oils, laundry, clean, bulbs, anything in the Unplugged, the body pets, the Whiff Box. The things that you can't put in club are things like warmers, stands, diffusers, buddies, bases, because you don't use that product up and you don't need more of it every month or every 2 or 3 months. Also, orders 30 or more get 10% off, $60 or more, 10% off, plus that 50% off item. And then there's some exclusive products in there as well. This, I'm spending some time on this because it's going to become more and more part of our business. We are seeing businesses use this model and then expand this model to their customer base, where the customers have the opportunity to also sell or get people signed up for subscriptions underneath them, and it just builds and builds. So you like get this referral network. And so I can see it going in that direction, and it's building that way. So it is super important that we get on the Scentsy Club train now. Okay, let's see. I think that's everything we want to cover there. The next page is, we're going to start talking about warmers. So the detailed descriptions of the warmers and pictures of each of them on the marketing tab. Also, whenever our websites come up on February 1st, you can see the descriptions of them as well. Not all warmers are going to be here on these big pages. Most of them will be in the back on the fold out. That does one sells more than the other necessarily, because some of those sell so well that it doesn't matter if we put it in the fold out or if we display it really big front and center. Okay, so some of those that they know are like that still will be in the back. So don't forget those warmers back there. Okay, so this is a brand new warmer, this Moon over Jupiter. It's a brand new process. It's a swirl paint process. It's gray and white. Some of the warmers will have gold elements to it, so kind of peaks of gold. Every single one of them will be unique. Every one will look completely different. So it's a really special warmer. It has an organic look. R2, just R1. The next one is this Letterboard warmer. This was a warmer of the month in Region 1 last year. And it, of course, did really well and sold out. A couple of things I want to note about this is an extremely versatile warmer. If somebody says they want a warmer that's with a thing that we don't have, or they want to give it as a gift, it's perfect because you can customize it. Tip that I want you to write down is when they take off those letters, nail clippers are the perfect way to clip off those little edges so that it looks really nice and clean like you see here, versus having those little like feet on there that will make some of your OCD people go a little crazy. Also, it's fun that you can customize this a little bit more. This is unfinished wood around here, so you can customers can paint those if they would like. And there is also an album on the main collective page of different ways that people have utilized that, different sayings that people have put on those images to utilize it. And it says it there, but there's 170 letters and images that it comes with. Okay, next is this new Ooh La La. This is a new warmer in Region 1. This is a frosted look, and those are gold rhinestones that are on there. Let's see. The only other thing here, it doesn't change much, but we have over 80 fragrances to choose from. I also want to make sure you guys know that in the workstation, and you can also order in the Success Store for a couple bucks, is a product training guide that is extremely helpful, and it gives you even more in-depth information about why our wax is so great, why our warmers are good, selling tips and whatnot. So to go even deeper, you can pull that. Okay, next is this Paradise page. So I'm just going to go through the new ones. So this one here, that's actually a metallic blue on the Midnight Tide. It's got sand blended waves in it. So it's really cool in person. This one is not available in R2 or R3. This one is one of the new favorites. It is beautiful. It's a seafoam glass. And then this basket, guys, it's actually hand woven onto the warmer. So when you hear things like that, it sounds really cool, but I'm not saying one was done and then an assembly line or a machine does the rest. Every single one of these were touched by somebody, an artisan's hands, and they braided and basket weaved this all around this warmer. Super special. And it's also really large, so it's a really good size warmer. This one is not available in R2 or R3. This one, because it is such a large warmer, intricate, very expensive to make, you cannot put it into our combos because it is a $60 warmer. You know that because there is this asterisk right here. That's how you can tell. Also, it's a 40-watt bulb, and then this is the height. So you're going to see that on each of these. Okay, this one is new, Along the Beach. Something to note here is it's very similar to the Glitter Rose mini warmer that we have. It's the same like little beads, but the difference is that it's got an ombre look. So if you can tell here, the top is gold and the bottom is a sea foam green. So it does a variation or a gradual color change. So for the ombre. All right, next here, a super cool new effect. This is called Tide Pull. So you can see when it's turned off, it looks like this. When it turns on, it illuminates all of those shells. Super cool. Let's see, this one is a new one as well, right here in the middle, just a really simple style. All right, next, these are some favorites, especially at home office. So this one, Pink Himalayan Salt Warmer, keep selling that one. We had it just on the fold out last season and it still sold like absolute crazy. So it is a very popular warmer still. So keep sharing that one. Let's see. There is so much to tell you about these. This one is Orville's new favorite. This one is called Opulence. It is an imperial purple. It has old world charm. Sophisticated is another word to use. Etched leaves, gold accents. So it's that imperial purple with an etched leaf, and then they have gold accents painted, hand painted over it. So it's really cool. This other one is called Happy Henna. This one is a really intricate design. So it's got an intricate henna application and it's applied almost like a tattoo would be applied. It's iridescent and it plays really well with the light. All right. And then underneath it, you'll notice that this is a stand. So this is separate. This does not come with the warmer, but those are sold separately. And then this one you cannot be purchase and bundle and save. That is because it is a $60 warmer, so your Himalayan salt. Okay, next page here. This is a new one called Paloma. Paloma actually means, there's a couple different meanings. There's either dove, a symbol of peace, or a grapefruit margarita. So I'm thinking it is the dove, the symbol of peace. This is traditional stoneware. It's really on trend, really elegant and simple and beautiful. We also have this Marrakesh. So you know, it's one of those little kisses that are the selling things that just like take somebody from like, I don't know, to like, okay, yes, I need it. So Marrakesh is actually the fourth largest city in the kingdom of Morocco, and it means land of God. So, you know, if you have somebody that is kind of interested in some of the Christian warmers, but they don't want the ones that say like God on it or that are a little bit more forthcoming with it, this is kind of cool because it means, you know, land of God. So it's just little things like that you can use. Okay, next, oh, did not mean to change. Aloe Vera Little Garden. Last summer, they were top 3 best sellers of the whole summer. They're going to be extremely popular. These are going to trend even more because people are indoors more. And so people, when they're indoors more, they want to bring the outdoors in. The R2 and R3 have the freaking coolest new warmer. We are so jealous of you guys. It is like a rectangle box full of succulents that's a warmer. It's so super cool. So I would think maybe we're going to get that next time around. If we beg hard enough, we might. So let's see. This one here is Amber Glow. It's so those leaves are actually real leaves that are electroplated to look like that. And they are loose on there if you don't know. So there's a string on there. Those leaves are loose. The angel wings here is, oh goodness, sorry, my mouse keeps jumping. This one is a warmer that's been selling really well, especially for, well, there's a lot of people that have been utilizing it for like RIP messages. So they might put a piece of vinyl on it that's like, you know, rest in peace, to the name and to the date. I've seen that quite a bit. So if you have a customer that's looking for something like that, this might be a good one for them. Dreamcatcher is brand new in region 3 this season. Okay, next page, Homegrown. This is a brand new sort of feature that's kind of accidentally happened that now we're actually utilizing as a selling point. And that is the light play that comes from the shapes in the back of the warmer. So this one has a purposeful country sunshine shape in the back that, as you can see, is displaying right here on the wall. Just so cool. And if you don't know, Love has those hearts that are back here, and they put hearts on the wall. So really neat. And then another one that does that light play is this Home Sweet Home. The other thing that's very popular right now and very on trend is this white glossy background, this white on white, Ray Dunn, farmhouse style, still very in, especially with the demographic. So Scentsy does, they do a lot of research and they look at all kinds of things to see who our best customer is, what they like, the blogs that they're going to, how they're decorating their house. We know all of those things, and that's what determines the collection that they put out. And so we know that that is one of the things that they absolutely love. So even if we don't love it, even if you're tired of farmhouse, our demographic is not. Okay, this is similar to a milk can. So when you're describing it, use milk can. This one, a lot of people have been using it for military. So you could suggest doing a red or a blue bulb to make that more military. Okay, we have over here a couple of things to note. If you don't already know, this isn't real barbed wire. It's just like it, but it's not going to hurt anyone. And it comes with a parlor bulb. This Country Living warmer, this one's a good one that you can use seasonally. We have people that put wreaths right here. You could do little Christmas wreaths, or you could even decorate it for like July 4th or for different seasons. So you could do an Easter wreath or anything that you would actually do to actually make it seasonal. So if you have a customer who's like, oh, I'm not quite sure, letting them know it's something they can have all year round is kind of a good selling point. Okay, let's see. Deja Mu still selling so well. This kind of looks like blue. I just want y'all to know white dish. That's just blue wax back there. Something that's kind of fun. So if you have somebody that really likes that, it's really into cows or has a farm or whatever, about to do this. But one thing you can do is you can suggest that they put their brand. So if they actually own a ranch, they can put like a vinyl brand back here. I'm making one for an influencer that I'm working with. And then like they do bandana bows. So they've got to put that in there. There's all kinds of little things that you can do again to sell them even more. All right. Next is this Lavender Love. As you can see, these are actual real sprigs of lavender that are pressed on there and then they glaze over it. So they look purple because lavender is purple, but there's going to be a lot of variation color because it's actual real lavender. So that's really cool. Lavender is really expensive. So this is a really good price warmer too. All right, this one down here, Wings, was released in R2 and R3 first. If you guys don't know, R2 is our European countries where Scentsy is sold, and R3 is Australia and New Zealand where we are. And it was there first. It was highly requested to come back because of the butterflies in purple, most likely. And so it is now in R1. This Midnight Florals brand new. They say that the colors here are incredibly vibrant. So it's a loud, vibrant, beautiful warmer. Okay, Laurel up here. That means an aromatic evergreen or award or praise. So obviously it's for the aromatic evergreen. But again, if you have someone that is graduating from something or is retiring and somebody's looking for a gift, it's really cool. You can utilize the selling point that this laurel actually means award or praise. Let's see, next we're going to go to modern approach. So this Gatsby, so if you don't know, Gatsby is synonymous with status, privilege, class, sophistication, which you can see in this. It's the first time that we've used a glass pattern in a mini warmer, and it plays really well with the light, as you can imagine. It has that really vintage style. This poised warmer here, when it's unlit, it looks completely different. Stark white, very vivid and clean. And then when on, this is how the glow makes it look. Okay, another one that's super trendy is this planter here. You can see the picture over here of the real photo. Diamond milk glass. Just know, milk glass is actually this pattern. So this pattern that you see here, if you go and you look up milk glass pattern, you're going to see this very similar. So that's what milk glass is referring to on this warmer. Alabaster is actually white gypsum, which is a mineral, is often carved into ornaments. And alabaster is what that is referring to. So you can kind of see how that would happen. That gypsum is a mineral that's used to make like chalk and drywall. So it's something that's really commonly used, but that's what alabaster is. This one here, another super on trend warmer. It's made of composite material consisting of chips of marble. So it kind of looks like 70s floors, but super on trend. And that one's coming back for this season. Okay, we're spending the most time on the warmer, so the rest of it will go a little faster, promise. Okay, showing your sparkle. So this Fabulous Feathers, one of my favorites, so beautiful. So this is a pale pink here, this glass. This is a painted pink underneath it. And then these are intricate, these are electroplated gold feathers. Electroplated, what that means is that an electrical current applies a thin layer of gold for a luxurious finish. So it's really beautiful, actual gold. It's electroplated on. So really cool effect. Let's see, next we have Chard is brand new in region 3 this time around. And then also just note that traditionally a lot of our warmers were 25 watts and it was kind of rare to have a 20 watt, and now we're kind of going back to where there are a lot of warmers that now have 20 watts. So really pay close attention to that, because those those wattages are really important because they know the exact ideal amount of heat that it takes to warm a fragrance, to make it last, to make the particular throw. And so if you have the wrong size in there, then that can throw that kind of out of whack. Okay, next is meaningful expressions. One of the things that we know about our demographic from all of the research that Scentsy does is that we have a very faith-based demographic. Okay, so that's why we have a lot of warmers that are, that have all of these beautiful, meaningful expressions, as this says. This one here is new, and it doesn't look that incredible here, but as much as Scentsy has gone on about it, I think in person it's going to be gorgeous. So this is actually a 360-degree pattern all the way around. You can see it up here. So unlit, it's completely white. This one is the most complex, intricate warmer of the entire offering. So the entire catalog, this one is the most intricate, which is interesting. All right, next we have, this is another past warmer of the month that did extremely well, sold out, and so it got brought back into the catalog. This here is got a watercolor that's watercolor inspired. So those flowers, when you get it, they're not going to be perfectly painted on, watercolor inspired. And I love the wording on it, the "you do you." Okay, let's see. Another with that white glossy finish here that's really popular. And again, with these, the God, the grateful, thankful, blessed, all of those words in this meaningful expressions. Couldn't be more perfect. Every moment matters. If you don't know, these are made of actual wire. So each of these words are separate in wire. Okay, next, almost through our warmers. So this one here, if you have a catalog, then you might notice that the lid is all the way through. I don't know if y'all can see, but so the lid is solid. So all of the warmers now that will come out will have the new lid that's in the catalog, and that is to better vent the fragrance. What was happening on some is that the lid was collecting some of the wax residue, and so they've redesigned it. If you have one of these, when your customer has one of those now, you can call customer service and they will send you another lid for free. Also, one thing to note is that the warmers that are sent out that are Glimmer and Glow after the catalog, they are going to come with the old lid, but then they will be adding the new lid in a separate box with it. So if you get a big box or whatever, just know that your Glimmer and Glow is going to come with a separate box. That'll happen until they run out of all inventory that has the old lid with it. Okay, next is this one. I just like to point out, this is a really good superhero one, room warmer. So you don't think about it for a little boy's room, but it's kind of cool for superhero room. There are some beautiful marketing images of this bubbled ultraviolet. It was very popular last year as well. In the clouds, let's see, R3, they have, and R2 also have a new one that's just like this, but it's blue ombre. It's really beautiful. This one here is a top seller, all-time top seller. If you talk to many people that's been around for a long time, we'll tell you all about Stargate sometime. Stargaze Gate, if you want to know. Okay, so finally we're on to our wax. We're just going to talk about some highlights of these. So one thing to note is there are fragrance category images, lots of marketing resources on the workstation. So you can find lots and lots of stuff there that's in addition to these resources, the fragrance grid, this chart that you see on the bottom, this pie, the new releases in a separate document. You're going to see all of those. So let's talk about the new releases. We have 10 new releases here. And for the first time ever, R2 and R3 and R1's new releases are very similar. So there's only just a few changes here and there. And the reasons are because there are different notes in different places that they just don't like we do, which is really interesting. So Magnolia Linen is only here in Region 1. And speaking of Magnolia Linen, that is actually Heidi Orville's very favorite fragrance of the whole new release collection this time. Okay, so these new releases are also going to be duplicated throughout in their correct categories. As you can see, if it has this strawberry symbol, it is fruity. So you can see that over here. So Oh Snapdragon will also be in our fruity collection as well. Okay. A couple other notes here is you're going to see this Made in Idaho symbol. Those are now coming on all of our bars as well. And another really fun thing about our bars is that we started noticing last year with the bricks that there was a little indentation of these cute images on the back of the clamshells, so that whenever you punched out the cubes, it had like a little design in it. They're going to start doing that for these new clamshells as well. So you're going to start seeing those kind of come through. They still have inventory of clamshells to last through the whole year though. So we probably won't see all of it's transitioned over until probably next year, but you're going to start seeing those on the bars as well. Okay, let's see. Magnolia Linen, they are describing as floral and fresh. There's a post on the main collective with kind of some personal recommendations and thoughts on each of these if you haven't smelled them yet. The Tangerine Creamsicle is the Scentsy Home Office employee favorite. R3 has a new one called Green Tea and Jasmine, and then Hawaiian Hula, and R2 has an Island Hopping. And so there's a few that are a little bit different. Okay, we've got 18 bestsellers here in Region 1. So some new ones that have made the bestseller list and a few that have dropped off. So we are going to talk about those. One other quick note is that as of last year with our hypergrowth, we got a whole brand new wax pouring machine. So it gives us capacity to make millions more bars a year. So that's pretty exciting and will help with our capacity this year and our growth. And that's one of the reasons that next month we get to go back to getting bars in our Warmer of the Month kits. Okay, so as you can see here, we have bestsellers. Those are all going to be noted for you. So people like to know what's the bestsellers, and you can tell them. It also will tell you which ones are new here so that you don't have to guess. And so all your new releases, again, are also put in throughout here. Okay, let's see. The only thing I wanted to note is Perfectly Pomegranate lost its bestseller status. So did Sea Salt and Avocado. So sad. Luna is our #1 selling bar last year. We sold 1 million bars of that. So even if you don't like it, sell it because everybody else does. All right, let's see. Well, I don't think there's anything here from 17 to 2. Oh, so spice category, as you can imagine, we had 17 last season and now we're down to 2. So if you have people that love that spice category, make sure they are buying and getting into club before the beginning of the new season. Okay, let's make this part go a little faster. So the Disney collection, you can see we have refreshed both the warmers, the bar scents, as well as the buddies. So this is the more classic vintage design of the buddies. This is a completely different design for Mickey and Minnie, the warmers, which is really cool. And then the scents are completely new. So they're not the same scents as we've had before. And the new scents are in the wax, the scent circles, as well as the scent packs that will come in these new buddies. Thing to note here is that the Mickey warmers, they cannot go in the bundle and saves this time because they really wanted to keep that price point to $50, and they were going to have to go up on price to be able to get it into the combo and save. So they felt like it was a good compromise to just make them not be able to go into the combine and saves. And you can always note that by the little asterisks that are on the prices here, and read at the bottom of the page what that means. Okay, this is all the, oh, let me go back this real fast just to tell you one quick thing. There's marketing flyers for different images for all of this in the marketing part of the workstation. Just remember, you can't alter any of those flyers. You can't add your information over it. You can't collage them, and you can't post to try to sell any of the Disney stuff on any of Disney's pages. And this is all the same exactly for R2 and R3. This is also the same for globally. This is not changed at all. So this is all coming back. There is no Dumbo and no Spider-Man in this catalog though. Marvel is also consistent from this catalog, but the Marvel warmer is new. Something I didn't realize is that this is also 360 degrees. So you can turn this and it features either Captain America, which you can see here, there's Iron Man here, there is Black Widow here, but also around is Thor and Hulk on the other side. So they can feature whichever superhero they like the best, which is great because you can sell it to a lot more people that way. All right, next is our kids section. So we have Bailey the bunny. So last season we had Lenny the lamb, and that was kind of the mascot for our buddies. Lenny the lamb is taking a break, and now Bailey the bunny is going to come in and take that spot for us. And Bailey the bunny, they say, is the softest buddy we've ever had. And it really is. It's the softest thing you've ever felt. And what's cute is also our brand new Scentsy friend is Briley, and this is Bailey in her pocket. So Bailey the bunny is in Briley's pocket here. And a couple of these, if you still like Scentsy friends, are in clearance section right now, FYI. This is exactly the same for R2 and R3, everything on this page. There are no longer sidekicks or blanket buddies. I like to write in here, we've sold 10 million buddies since 2010, and our number one selling buddy ever is the child, or Grogu, or Baby Yoda, whatever. Hamish, the cow, and Allegra are both our new buddy clips for this season. I like to make a note and remind myself, if you're going to an event, if you're having a party, to remember to go to your website to print off or to look up whatever is actually current for buddies, because we may have LTO buddies, we may have some special ones, we may have some warmers that are buddies that are new that aren't licensed. For example, Heidi and Orville just told us that we were going to have the narwhal buddy and a snow leopard buddy. And so of course those aren't in the catalog. So if you're going somewhere, you want to know that information. So make sure that you make a note to peruse that. Okay, next page is Unplug and Unwind. So we have the same two designs in our flowers, but we have 3 new scents. These are extremely strong sellers that we had last year: the Hibiscus Pineapple, Watermelon, Tangerine, and Iridescent Pearl. And let's see, New Zealand has most of those. You just don't have blue grapefruit. R2 has all the same scents. And there is still this combo pack that you can get with the fragrance flowers. So don't forget that. So you save 3 with a 3-pack is only $45. So you, the other great thing about that is that you save a little bit when you, but the so all of a sudden you can get 3 fragrance off, which saves you $24, which means that you can get them for like $4 a piece, which makes a really affordable gift or hostess gift or whatnot. All right, next page. There's some new prints that you're going to see on these car bars. You're going to start seeing those all the way through. Room spray. These are not available in New Zealand and not available in any of our European countries just because of how some of those regulations work. And Region 2 Europe does not have our travel tins. All of the bundle and saves are the same and listed right here on the bottom. Next, there is one new shade in our diffuser collection. It's called Ascend, and it is the same exact process to make that one as in the Clouds Warmer. So if you're kind of wondering what it looks like, that's what it looks like. And then we have, that's all the same. We have 4 new fragrances in our oils, and this is the same 4, all for glow. And you can see the new fragrances that are actually highlighted in the pictures. So these 4 that are listed are the 4 brand new fragrances. And a lot of these are really similar, again, globally as far as the offering goes. There's a couple of differences in some of these, but mostly they're the same. But Region 3 has some fun ones like a ginger tea and lime. Sounds exciting. And the balancing. Okay, next is going to be global page as well. Not much has changed here. Actually, nothing has changed here. So we still have the lit version of the wall fan diffuser and the same designs here. Next is we have the mini fan diffuser. The mini fan diffuser and the pods are wildly popular, extremely popular, and they are going to be really taking this collection and going as far as they can go with it because we are selling them like crazy. So there are 3 new colors in the mini fans. We've got the slate, which is a matte gray, and then the rose gold and the silver both have a lot of sheen to them. So we have the more of the shine. All the same price points still. And then we have Scentsy Pods. We have the great thing about the pods, and one of the reasons you want to sell those first and foremost is because there's no competition. You can pick up wax pretty much anywhere, but you can't pick up pods. So your customers have to go back to you for that. There is, again, the bundle and save on those, which is another good perk. And we have 6 new fragrances, but 2 that we want to specifically call out are Johnny Appleseed and Squeeze the Day. Those are both going to sell like absolute hotcakes. R3, you have a lot of the same similar fragrances. You just don't have hibiscus, Johnny Appleseed, and cocoa lime because I guess you don't love apples and hibiscus and lime like we do. Okay, next is Clean and Pets. These are together this time. A couple things I want you to note is it tells us these great little pieces of information up here. These are all really good for posts. So if you're trying to struggling what to say, like all these little pieces are awesome. And it's good to understand what they mean too. So it's one thing saying, yeah, we don't have any phosphates and dyes, ammonia, chlorine, or bleach, but what does that mean? So just real quickly, phosphate is an acid that can pollute and it deprives oxygen in fish. Dyes, we know those can be really bad with people that are allergic to them. Ammonia exposure can cause lung problems, it can cause cancer. Bleach, it can burn human tissue in and out just by breathing in, and a lot of issues. Chlorine is a toxic gas that's in most cleaners. And so ours are free of all of those, which is really wonderful to be able to say. Dish soap and art. Okay, dish soap and art. 2 is actually called washing up liquid. I don't know if that's a legal thing, but or if that's just what you guys say in Europe, but it's washing up liquid. But otherwise, everything is exactly the same. We've got a new fragrance here in R1, also both R2 and R3, and it's that Fiesta Lime. So that came out as an LTO in the summer, and now we've expanded it into the entire offering except for the all-purpose concentrate. Let's see. Next, we have here vegan. I love using that. Pet owners love. They'll feed their pets better than their kids sometimes, and so vegan is really a great buzzword to use. Vegan means it contains no products that are derived from animals anywhere along the way. Let's see. One thing to note is that you see there's a dog and a cat on here. It's because shampoo, dog, cats, humans, pet pigs, whatever. The deodorizer and the tangler does not have a cat on it because it doesn't recommend in our FAQs for cats because cats could lick it off. So if you want to know more about that, there's an FAQ specific to all the product lines for these. You can print it off, put it in your master catalog. Fun fact, this picture right here is of a hobo. That is Heidi and Orville's, that's their cat. So it's their Instagram famous and now catalog famous cat. Let's see, we've got Sweet Pea and Shea. It's the brand new fragrance in pets, and that is global. We have that new fragrance and 6 of the same fragrances in across the world. Our laundry collection is the same globally as well. Not a lot of changes here, just that we have that Palm Beach Breeze. That was another LTO expanded through the whole product line. This one is also another one that's really good to look at those FAQs because it's free of all of that icky stuff as well. It's HE efficient. It's really good for septic systems. That's a question you're going to get a lot in R3. And so for all of those things, we have the same price points, same everything else. R2, you just don't have the large whiffs and you don't have dryer disc. Then I am excited about Pink Cotton coming in the Scent Soft. So you'll notice on this fragrance grid, anything that has a star on it means that it's brand new. So of course, Palm Beach Breeze. And the reason that this isn't new or this isn't new is because when we came out with it with the LTO, these are the 2 that it came in. And now we've expanded into the ones with the stars. So Windowsill Breeze was not in dryer disc, and now it is. Pink Cotton was not in soft, and now we've expanded it into that. Okay, next we have body. The big news here, Sugar Scrub, is finally hitting the catalog. They heard our cries and our roars and our excitement for that one. So it is in the catalog and probably not going anywhere anytime soon. Luna was the absolute most requested Scentsy soak product that we had. And so that has been added to the collection. And there's even a little note right here. This is now in Luna because they know how special that's going to be. So anybody that loves Luna, make sure that you are upselling to soak or sugar scrub because they'll probably buy it every time. Again, some great information is this why Scentsy here about what's not in it. And it's important to know what those things are. So parabens are preservatives. The phthalates it's a plasticizer that they put in a lot of cosmetics for longevity and to like make it sticky and stuff. And we don't put plastics in ours. And of course, we know what gluten is. That's great for the people who have severe allergies. All right, so same offering globally. There's just some different scents in our different regions. The fragrance mist, you'll notice here there's a little asterisk. So this does not ship to Guam or to our FPO or APOs. And that's because the alcohol content sending it across the way is not approved. Okay, Hibiscus Pineapple is brand new across the whole scent or the whole collection. And it's even called out here. It was extremely popular this summer, so they brought it back. And you can see where we have added fragrance mist here in aloe water and cucumber, and where there's some like various stars, and where we have expanded fragrances in the collection. Watermelon Tangerine is another one that was an LTO that is now back. All right, so we're just about there. The only thing that I would note for you guys to do is to print off any of the FAQs for your host exclusive kits, how to make that work. Anything I've posted, like how to with even photos and step by step, you can print those off and keep it in your master catalog so that you don't have to get on your computer. You just have it all right here together. I also print off every time, it suggests you do too, just the list of starter kits. So like the starter kit for $99, it tells me everything in it, shows me a picture. The starter kit for host exclusive kit, everything that's in it. That way that's right at your fingertips too. So everything that you need can be right here. And then on the next page, this is, there's not really anything to note here. Everything is just the same as it normally is. Same compensation, plan, layout. If you want to print out that explanation, all of those acronyms and everything means that I posted on Firefly, you could do that here as well. All right, fragrance grid. Make sure that whenever you are tagging your catalog that you're tagging because when you go through, especially if you're doing at a party and somebody has an order and they're not going to go look in the fragrance grid and see if what they want isn't actually what they ordered. So this is the best place to go double check orders before you're like, okay, good, I got this. So when you're putting in the order at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're not like, oh no, it doesn't come in that fragrance. So this is a great like double check your work page for the fragrance kit. And it still also has those stars for you for quick reference on what is new and what everything comes in. All right, bundle and save. There is not anything new here that I know, unless I'm missing anything, but I'm pretty sure there's anything new. And this is your fold out that you're going to see. So if you don't have a catalog, which I think everybody should because we've done these now for a while, but this is a fold out. Again, the warmers in the front of the catalog are not all the ones that we have. These are all categorized by their price point here. So whenever you're putting combos together, it makes it really easy for you, and it makes it easy for you to either help them choose by color or price point or whatnot. Okay, and this also is going to have your bases and all of your accessories here all listed out for you. So the bulbs and the stands, everything. So it's just like the product status sheet, all on one thing. The last thing I want to note is here, more Star Wars. So we have some new stuff coming out. We're licensed stuff. Marvel, we might even have more licensed stuff this year. Let's see, you can read product training guide. I'm reading all my notes here, making sure I got everything. You make sure you're labeling stuff. If you want, you can put a story label. So like your Scentsy story on your label to go on the back. It's a really popular thing to do. And again, print off those different elements that might help you with that one-stop shop. So, 9:30 on the dot. It always takes about an hour, no matter how hard I try to make it a little faster, but hopefully there's some good information there for you guys. Do we have any questions at all? No, well, that's a good sign, I think. So let me go over here and sharing. All right, so I will go ahead and let you go since I've taken up a lot of your evening, and then I will be back on if you have any questions. I will get this posted and we will have a timestamp for everything so you have a quick reference if you need to watch this later or show it to a teenie or whatnot. But thank you all so much for your time. I hope you have a fantastic night. And there's a lot of questions over here. Is there anything? Okay, I'm gonna read these real quick and make sure there's not anything I missed. Narwhal, yes. Heidi and Orville showed that on their Facebook Live at the end of the month. What about streams when their party? Okay. Yes, and down the bottom was a kiwi. Also bottom, get your bar if you have any. So no, if you paint the letterboard warmer, it does not void the warranty. So if you're not doing anything mechanically to it, it's not going to void the warranty. It says altering or warmer in any way will void the warranty to cover them, but if you're not doing anything mechanical to it, it's not going to void the warranty. Cow tattoo. I'm just going through making sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, detangler works miracles on girls' hair. Yes, it does. Okay, I got everything. All right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your week. I'm going to do shout outs and all of the other stuff on the main page, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.